we're going to go over a 90-90 setup for internal rotation pails and rails. So we're going to get set up in our 90-90 position, facing forward, and then we'll transition to a side view because that'll be a little easier to explain as we're going. So I want my front knee directly in front of my front hip, 90-degree knee flexion, and I want this front foot to be pointed towards the back knee, which should also be straight out to the side, and then my back foot is going to be, or my back shin rather, is going to be at a 90-degree angle, knee flexion as well. So now that we know where we want to be, we turn to side view and go over how to get into a good stretch for this. So starting out in our 90-90, we're going to probably be posted on our off arm, leaning a little bit away from this trail leg, and that's totally fine to start with. So from here, all we're going to do is try to settle the pelvis back by kind of letting it rotate as far as it can posteriorly or backwards as we start to turn our chest towards this trail hip. So from here, I can kind of start to adjust my hands and get myself into a nice supported position that I can hold, and I'm going to work on breathing into this stretch and continuing to get a little bit of rotation as I hang out here. So I'm going to spend about 2 minutes working through some deep diaphragmatic breathing. So I'm going to be pushing my belly out as I take a breath in and exhaling. When I exhale, I want to try to twist just a little bit more every 3 to 5 breaths. So not every breath, but every 3 to 5, try to get a little bit more rotation and then hold that position through a couple of deep breaths. And what we're going to feel here is this deep capsular stretch. And it's almost like the joint is trying to kind of spiral, like this femur is trying to twist and rotate, but it can't go any further because it's blocked by the position that we've put ourselves in. And that's the whole point of the stretch, is to go a little bit beyond what we can normally control, hang out there to show the body that it's okay to be in that position, that it's not dangerous or harmful. And then we're just going to come back out of it once we've been here for about 2 minutes, and I'm going to go into my pails and rails set. So from here, I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, pack that air down into my low abs, pushing my belly button out by engaging my diaphragm down, and then I'm going to start to push my back knee, this trail leg knee, into the floor, and I'm going to keep my hands on my front shin, and my back foot is going to start to come up just a little bit here, and I'm going to try to keep my torso from leaning forward at all. I want to stay as upright as possible, but I also want to be able to get some lift with that back foot. So I'm going to be slightly inclined forward with my upper body, just enough to allow that to happen. So as I come down, if I go too far forward, I can get quite a bit of lift, and that's more than I want for a pails and rails set. And so I'm going to come back with my upper body just to the point where I can get an inch or two of lift off, and then I'm going to come back down. Now I'm going to go the other direction, driving the inside of the heel and this big toe, so my 2 points of contact are on this big bone here and the inside knuckle of my big toe. So from the back foot, I'm driving those down through the floor and kind of trying to scoop and sweep this back leg down underneath me. That's the action that I'm trying to perform, but because of the position I'm blocked, and it just turns into an isometric hold. So I'm going to ramp up this tension, 30, 60, 80% effort, hold for 10, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now I'm going to find that same stretch position that I was in before, hang out here for about 30 seconds with some nice deep breaths, and then I'm going to go back to my front position. I'm going to do another set of driving 10 seconds with the back knee down, holding at 80%, and then switch, ramp up from 20, 40, 60, 80, hold for 10 seconds, and then relax, go into my stretch, and then I would do one more set of pails and rails after the stretch, and that would give me a good starting place for 90-90 hip internal rotation pails and rails work.